TRS MLC K Kavitha joining us on this exclusive conversation regarding the Adani issue. You have been firefighting the center and have scaled up your attack. What exactly is your demand? You're demanding a JPC, but there is no cooperation in the sense that the central government says it has already given its stand on the Adani issue.
Well, Adani issue, central government is trying to really underplay it, but unfortunately it is a larger issue that they can not hide it by just not doing any probe. Point here is a group of companies losing 10 lakh crores in 10 days is not a small thing. Plus 7 of our national banks have loaned a lot of money to him. Our huge public sector unit like LIC has invested 80,000 crores. LIC में तो गांव में investor होता है, and everybody in every village in Telangana is saying LIC is our money, and if Adani shares have fallen by 50%, that means LIC shares are also falling. That means people are losing money directly, and when people are losing money directly, then it is government's responsibility to come out openly and say that that is not the case, as if they are saying that is not the case or whatever it is. They should come out clean. To shield one particular person, to shield one particular group of companies at the level of the Prime Minister of this country is unfortunately not correct. In a democracy, people should be the priority, not friends. So I request the government, and on behalf of BRS, we demand that they immediately form a joint parliamentary committee, because in this country, whenever huge allegations like this have come, the governments on those, on that time have formed around 6 joint parliamentary committees on huge issues like spectrum, pesticide residues, etc., in cold drinks, on stock market scam, on irregularities in securities and banking, on Bofors, and even on Office of Profit issue of Madam Sonia Gandhi. They had formed a joint parliamentary committee at that point of time. So simple demand that please form a joint parliamentary committee. उसमें हमारे ही parliament member रहेंगे. They will go to all these offices, check up, and assure the people of this nation that if there is something wrong, come out clean, say that is something wrong. How are you going to make sure that everything goes back to normalcy? Or if everything is well, then you can say all is well after the inquiry. But unfortunately, the trend in this government is even before they conduct a preliminary inquiry, Finance Minister is saying all is well, SBI is saying all is well, SEBI is not saying anything at all, PNB writes a huge article in a paper and says all is well, LIC is forced to say all is well. So this is a very unfortunate trend. You should use these organizations to actually do a correct probe and come out clean and tell people what it is.
Now, one interesting thing is, I want to walk you through the events that have happened today. BRS has staged a walkout at the Lok Sabha, and even with regards to the motion of thanks, what essentially started out as a common issue for the general interest of the public, we saw all the leaders coming together. BRS was also part of that. Now, in today's circumstances, BRS and the Aam Aadmi Party have walked out. They do not want to participate in the motion of thanks, and despite requests from the other opposition leaders. So the logjam will continue regardless of whether what is at display is something that the BJP is pointing out is an opposition that is fully divided. So the logjam continues, the discussion doesn't continue. So how would you respond to that?
See, BJP exactly wants that. BJP wants still logjam because they don't want a discussion on Adani. If they want to end the logjams, simply they can do is form a joint parliamentary committee. It is in the hands of BJP. And if Mr. Modi is as non-corrupt as he claims, and his statements of na khaunga, na khane dunga are correct, then he should immediately, quickly, even before the opposition asked, he should have formed a joint parliamentary committee, or he should have formed a special investigation team by a sitting Supreme Court judge. Simple as that. The very fact that the government has not done it even 7 days after the opposition constantly blocking the parliament means that they don't want to do it. They don't want the Pandora's box to be opened, and all the allegations that we opposition parties from 2014 were making on this particular group and their proximity to the current ruling party and Honorable Prime Minister is true. They are indirectly agreeing to the fact कि हमें नहीं करना है, हमें इनको बचाना है. तो हम यही कह रहे हैं कि you are answerable to the people.
But isn't a divided opposition in this case over the Adani issue is advantage BJP in any case in the parliament?
See, all I am saying is why does the ruling party care if the opposition is divided or united? If they are divided, it is an advantage for them,
so
right?
There won't be any discussion.
But they are using this as a way to or method to not have the discussion to happen in the parliament. My only demand is simple, and BRS's demand is simple. Irrespective of you discuss it in the parliament or not discuss it in the parliament, form a joint parliamentary committee. If you are clean, have a discussion in the parliament, because it goes live everywhere. People will listen to what you have to say. और ये हर जगह जाके जितना बड़ा बड़ा भाषण देते हैं, इस इशू पे भी आप भाषण दे के बताइए कि क्या है क्या नहीं है. कम आउट क्लीन. All we are demanding is that if you are not liking a divided opposition, then it is your advantage. तो आप बस इस बहाने उस आड़ में कि opposition is divided, parliament चलने नहीं दे रही है, तो आप उसी में enjoy कर रहे हो ना. तो I request Honorable Prime Minister, I demand the Bharatiya Janata Party, if you are clean, if you are not corrupt, please come out and form this committee.
But isn't the picture that they are getting is that opposition in itself is divided? You have only the BRS and the Aam Aadmi Party staging a walkout today. You're not participating in the motion of thanks. So the opposition in itself, at the face of it, is not together over the Adani issue. So which begs the question, won't it give more time to the central government to pursue its own issues and also squarely blame the opposition of derailing the parliament processes?
See, we come from a nation where leaders have resigned on the tiniest of the allegations. Now so many parties come together and block parliament for 7 days. Unfortunately, journalists are questioning the opposition parties, not the government. Hindenberg from USA had to come to question the government. He came to the country's rescue. He gave the report. Now still, if the journalists don't want to question the government and asking the opposition to get united to question first, I think it's not fair, because ours is a very diverse country. The agenda that BRS carries would be different, the agenda that some other party carries would be different, but the point is how shameless a government should be to hide behind a divided opposition. If you are clean, again I'm asking Honorable Prime Minister, if you are clean, if you are not corrupt, and what you've said ki na khaunga, na khane dunga, if you stick to it, please form a joint parliamentary committee. Prove that you are clean. That is our demand, simple as that.
And also I want to bring your notice to the other things that I wanted to talk about BRS's national plan. You're going all out, you've gone to Nanded, you've gone to Khammam. That rally's turnout in itself has been a testament of the fact that it has been successful. But what I want to understand is you're also planning to contest elections in Maharashtra, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. What are the outliners of this party, and what is the way forward as far as Chief Minister KCR is concerned? What is his vision with regards to the BRS? 2024 is certainly one target, but you also have the Telangana elections here.
देखिए, पहले बात तो मैं I just want to draw your attention to one point. This particular budget in the union government that BJP has presented, they've reduced food and public distribution by 30% money allocation. Rural development is cut by 12%. Food subsidy is cut by 31%. Finance Commission grants, which has never been done in the history, have been cut by 4.5%. And Narega money is cut by 32%. When there is a government which is absolutely anti-poor and pro-corporate, which is constantly cutting money and weakening the rural economic development of this nation, which is a very foundation of our country, because largely 60-65% of our country is rural. But if you are cutting money to them, making our country weak from the foundation itself, I believe it is a responsibility of politicians across the nation to give this nation a credible opposition. That is what BRS is trying to do today. When BRS is going into Maharashtra, when BRS is going elsewhere, we have friends in every state. We have certain understandings with every political party. We will in time reveal what will be the strategy or the political understanding between various parties. And whenever any state elections, local elections come, the decision will be taken then. But by and large, the understanding between political parties is not the priority here. The priority here is what is this opposition or an alternate party offering to the nation. We are offering a time-bound solution like we've done in Telangana, a time-bound development model to this nation which can be achieved, which can transform lives of the poor. Here in Telangana, we've increased the per capita income of our citizen from 1,24,000 to 3,17,000 in 8.5 years. If Telangana can do it despite 2 years of COVID, despite non-cooperation from the central government, why can't it happen across the nation tomorrow? Our leader is sincere, committed and has a blueprint already. With that blueprint, we are approaching to various political parties, we are approaching to people of various states, and we will certainly make our efforts to make sure that this anti-farmer, anti-poor government at the central government is dislodged in 2024 elections.
So far you have a full-fledged support, at least at the surface, from the Samajwadi Party, and you have been instrumental in that. You have JDS also fully supporting, and in case of JDS's own ambition, BRS is going to play secondary to it. The whole focus is going to be JDS. But let's talk about the other opposition leaders. And MK Stalin has his allegiance with the Congress. Is that a possibility? And also, what about Nitish Kumar? We have Tejashwi Yadav from the RJD, again wholeheartedly supporting the BRS right now. But what about these other leaders that we are talking about? And Kejriwal himself has prime ministerial ambitions, which is an open secret.
My leader, Honorable KCR Garu, who's led a movement in Telangana for the state formation, had time and again compromised with various political parties. In fact, when central government announced Telangana and took back the announcement in 2009, he himself went to Mr. Jana Reddy's house, who is the opposition party leader, Congress party leader, and he requested, and he formed a joint action committee at that point of time. So letting go of the party's identity, he formed a joint action committee where Congress was a part, BJP was a part, TDP was a part, TRS was a part of the joint action committee, and we put a neutral professor as the head of the joint action committee, and we led the movement. So Honorable KCR is known to lead the movements. Today also in the country, we want to lead a movement to make sure that people's agenda is put in front. So all of your questions, various parties, various leaders, their strengths, their weaknesses can all be matched in time. But what is more important is to dislodge this government which is anti-poor, anti-farmer, which is to dislodge this particular government which is in ruling at the center right now. To do that, we will compromise, we will work with like-minded parties, but end of the day give an alternate to the people of the country. Today there is no alternate. We want to provide that. That is what we are working for.
And as somebody who is the main leader in the BRS, earlier TRS, the female face of the party, somebody with mass national leaders appeal, what is your role going to be in BRS? Will we see you contest parliamentary elections again?
Well, I don't know about the future, but I know that I'm a very sincere and ardent follower of our leader, Honorable KCR Garu. So whatever the party decides and the leader decides, that I'll follow. If the party wants me to contest, I'll contest. If the party doesn't want me to contest, I'll not contest. I'm a soldier basically. So wherever they give me a duty, I go there, perform my duty. That's it.
Also, the Delhi excise scam has come to Hyderabad, to your house. You've been cooperating with the authorities, but your name has featured once again, not as an accused primarily, but as somebody who's supposedly leading the South cartel. Political vendetta behind this is what you're saying?
Absolutely. We know it is not a secret anymore that BJP's modus operandi is that कहीं पे भी कोई नेता है जो जनता के करीब है तो पहले उनको बदनाम करो, वहाँ ईडी भेजो, आईटी भेजो, बदनाम करो, बाद में इलेक्शन में उनको हराने की पूरी साजिश करो. That has been the modus operandi of BJP government. So that's why I say wherever there is an election, before Modi goes there, ED goes there. So Telangana is no exemption, and I'm not the only one leader who's targeted in Telangana. My parliamentary party president, he's targeted, my MPs are targeted, my MLAs are targeted, our ministers are targeted in BRS party. So now I think we should form a legal team to help all these leaders who are being targeted by Modi government. It's an unfortunate and unwarranted trend in Indian politics. Nevertheless, that is why we want to push very hard to dislodge this government, because whatever they are practicing today in politics is going to pollute the politics of this country for a very long time. And it is time all the rest of the political parties rise up above their own identity crisis, come together and dislodge this particular party and save the country.
So right now you are functioning at two levels. I'm talking about BRS. One, national level. CM KCR is going all out with it. Now back home, at this juncture, just few months away from elections, the BJP is expanding its footprints. At least that is the perception that they've been creating at the moment. The Congress also, Revant Reddy has started his Padayatra. Who is your principal opposition in the state?
Well, one thing I can tell you, BRS is going to come back with a thumping majority again. Whoever is the opposition, primarily I believe it is still going to be Congress, but a very distant second. And BJP, no matter how much halla they are going to make, they cannot make inroads into Telangana because Telangana is a very secure fabric. The kind of ideology, the kind of poison that BJP brings in, people of Telangana, I don't think will be able to take it, and they will not get any political support, is what I believe. But election is an election end of the day, so we will work very hard. We will go to the people once again. We will tell them what all we have done for the state. We will remind them of our hard work that we have done for this state and the state's development, and I'm sure we'll win their hearts back.
All right, before I let you go, on the 17th is of course the Telangana Secretariat inauguration, a pet project of the Chief Minister. That day we are also going to see strong leaders from Tamil Nadu, perhaps MK Stalin coming in, and other leaders also. If you could just outline us what is expected on that particular day, and also how do you dismiss the charges from the opposition side is that the Secretariat was supposed to be built at a budget of 400 crores, then 600, and then it's over 1100 crores now. They're leveling corruption charges against this. How would you counter it?
I believe government has always been very clean and transparent about what is the estimates that happened earlier, and then how did they increase or why did they increase, etc. So that we will come out clean. There is no worry about that, because even in huge projects like Mission Bhagirath, where estimated amount was to be 40,000 crores, but we timely and efficiently finished it at 37,000 crores. So Telangana government always tries to save government's money. We are never overspending anything. So that we don't have to worry. We will come up with a white paper. That is not an issue. But the issue here is a newly formed state like Telangana. We do want to have these symbols of our identity very proudly to be presented to the people of this state, because they fought very hard for 60 years. So building a new secretariat or building a marshal's tomb, etc., these are all symbolic respect that the government can give to its people. So it is a huge touching moment for us. It is a very sentimentally brilliant occasion for all of us. So that day we are inviting BRS as a party, and our Honorable Chief Minister is inviting various other CMs and Deputy CMs of different states, and they will together inaugurate the Secretariat, and then there will be a huge public rally at the parade grounds in Hyderabad. So like-minded CMs and constitutional position holders, they will be invited on that day. So expected or 3-4 of them, you will know on that.
And one more trending topic on social media, I wanted to bring it to your attention. Why is the CM inaugurating the Secretariat on his birthday if he has dedicated it to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar?
I have no idea. It probably is just a coincidence. I don't think it's a big deal, because the date of the inauguration is one thing, but naming and respecting Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and having a 125 feet statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is one of the ways to show our love for his philosophy, because we still date very strongly believe that Article 3 was the only one which he fought to keep it in there, and that is why we are a state today. Otherwise it was not possible. So we have this immense love and respect towards Ambedkar ji as a government, as people of Telangana. We just want to show it, that's it.
Always a big insightful to talking to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us here on CNN News 18 with Kavitha outlining the entire mission of the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, the Secretariat, on her excise policy scam where her name has been dragged in. All these things answered with video journalist Venkatesh Swastika Das for CNN News 18 in Hyderabad.